Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just simply switch out into views, and I'm gonna delete some stuff. I'm going to right-click this, and I'm gonna delete this field. Of course, I can also sort things. So if I were to delete field, so let me delete that field, and it'll say ask me oh, permanently delete this field. Yeah, I'll permanently delete it. Of course, I can also go in there, sort from largest to smallest, sort from smallest to largest. Rename the field, so on and so forth. And so, for example, if I do this, now it's going 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if I sort this way, it's going 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. That's all well and dandy. And of course, I can, simply click and drag them around. Oh, no, it's not going to let me click and drag them around, and this is it. Okay. I'll have to do that in the other view. But I'm going to make myself a couple of additional fields here, and I'll make this one. Oh, I'll make this a short text, and I'll make this last name. Why not? And then I'll also make another one here, and I'll make this, I don't know, first name. And then I'll make this one. Oh, yeah, another short text, and I'll name this middle initial. Why not? And then, of course, I'll make this guy a number. And I'll make this, I don't know, Social Security number. There we go. I've got enough fields to work with here. And actually, I'll make one more just to make the point even more obvious. Yes, no. And I'll put this as, I don't know, attending class. Why not? Getting a little too close for home here, aren't we? So, there we go, and I'll have, there we go, now everyone will just be able to see it. There we go. So now when I switch over there, now I've got these 4 different things. I've got a number, short text, short text, short text, number, yes, no. So, these are obviously all our different fields, and currently right now, this is a PK example, is our primary key. Now, what you see here is you see this general, like field size, 255, format, input mask, captions, required, yes, no, zero length, index, blah, 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 blah. So, what does all this do? First off, let me just click something else. Now let me just click the number. So please pay attention to this bottom bit. You notice the stuff down here has changed. The properties have changed. Now I'm going to go click the yes, no over here. And now you notice the properties have changed again. The different types of data have different little formats and different things that you can change about them. So for example, under short text, I can change the field size. I can change it. So what does this 255 mean? Well, over here it even gives me a little definition. It's the maximum number of characters you can enter in the field. The largest you can set is 255. That means, in theory, for last name, I can type up to 255 characters before it stops me. So let's test that out. Yeah, I'll save the table. So if under last name, I can just keep typing blah 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 until I get to 255. I'm not going to go all the way to 255, but you get the point. So let me just delete this and wait for it to, finally feel like deleting everything. Wow, I typed more than I thought I did. And I will simply switch this. Once I delete this all, then I'll be able to showcase. There it is. Let's go back to view. So now, since I'm under last name, see I'm under last name, it's a data type short text. I have a little gold bar right there even telling me what it is I have highlighted. I'm going to switch that to 2. Just 2. And now when I go view, save, yay, lovely. So now when I go to last name, and I'll put, I don't know, you hear that little ba-doom, ba-doom? It's stopping me, no matter how many times I type something, it stops me after 2. Because I told the field size it's only 2. Now, I'm going to change that back to 255 for the sake of it, because how many people have a last name of 2? That's only too long. But For middle initial, if we're only going for the initial, I mean, what sense does it have to have 255, field size for that? I mean, in that case, if you're only looking for one number, for one letter, well, screw it, you can have a field size of 1. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Now, the other things you can do is you can put, little captions. So for what they see when they hover over it, you can make it required. Is it required to have the middle initial? Yes or no? I mean, you guys have all done those online questionnaires or signing up for an online account or an email or something. You have the fields that you're required to put in and ones that you don't have. You can choose which ones are required. You can allow a 0 length. Basically, are they allowed to have nothing? There are some people that don't have a middle initial. They don't have a middle name. So you could say, yes, we don't want, you can have absolutely nothing in this. But if no, well, then I guess you have to put something. You can put text alignment. Do you want to be left aligned, center aligned, right aligned, distributed? You can change the alignment right here for each individual tab. And then, of course, let's go into numbers. Do we want long integers? Do we want an integer, a single, a double, a decimal? What type of number are you looking for? Decimal places. Oh, do you want automatically? Do you want 0? Do you want, scroll all the way down. How far does this go? Do you want 15? Do you want 15 decimal places? You can choose how many decimal places you want. Default value. If no one enters in something, does it default to 0? Does it default to, oh, or you can even put in an expression. We're not going to go into expressions yet here, but we'll go into expressions next week. But you could make, a default value. Once again, alignment, so on and so forth. And then, of course, yes or no. Do you want the default value to be no? So on and so forth. We can change our middle initial here. Let's change this to a date and time. Why not? So, is it required? So on and so forth. Oh, what are you barking at? One moment. I'll be right back.